I'm going to walk through the process for the background screening integration with HireRight, show how to initiate a background screening order, as well as how to view status updates on that order. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into the recruitment and then job requisitions. And this would be actually part of the setup, but I do want to show this step is how you can map background screening packages to specific job requisitions. So if I go into Product Manager and click on the pencil icon, and then over on the left-hand side, you'll see a background screen link. This will take me down here, and I can select the package that I want to align to this job requisition. Now, this is a dynamic package selection, so if you ever change your packages in HireRight, either add packages or delete these, this list that you see here will be the most up-to-date and matched to what you have in your HireRight account. So for this job rec, I'm going to go ahead and select basic package and adjudication. And now for every applicant that I order a screening for on this particular job rec, they will all get the same screening package. So to initiate an order, we'll go here and I'll select an applicant. And once again, over on the left-hand side, you'll see background screen. The background screen window will open up. At this point, to initiate a background check, all you need to do is select this check mark box and hit initiate background screen. If you do want to read the legal requirements, you can open those up here, but it is not necessary that you look at those every time that you initiate an order. All that you need to do is select this checkbox, and I'll go ahead and initiate a screen. And at this point, the applicant will receive an email from HireRight with the link to complete their background screening forms. And before I go into that, I do want to show how the status updates as well. So once again, go to background screen. Now I can see that the package that was selected is showing as well that the status has been initiated. And as this moves through the screening process, you'll see the statuses go from initiated to sent to applicant to pending applicant to in process, and then finally to completed. So then from an applicant perspective, as I mentioned, they'll receive an email similar to this. Well, they'll go in and log into the applicant center. They'll have instructions here. They'll have links to Candidate Help Center, live help as well if they do need assistance as they're completing their screening forms. And one thing you'll notice that there is some information here that has been pre-populated, and that's because the integration does support about 41 fields from the applicant profile that can be pre-populated in here. So if you are collecting information such as employment history, education information, even date of birth, SSN, those can be pre-populated. And for this instance here, we have first name, last name. We have a mailing address that's showing as pre-populated. I'm not going to go through the entire candidate experience here, but they'll go through and complete the information that is required. And this is where they'll also electronically sign their disclosures and authorization forms. So once the candidate has gone into their process and completed that, the background screening will begin. And to show you what it looks like once it's been completed, here we'll go into a different job applicant. And we can go over here to background screen. And here is a fully completed screening order. So you can see the package once again that was selected, the status for the overall order is complete. The result for the overall order is meets company standards. And if HireRight passes any notes back, they'll be displayed here in the vendor notes section. There is also additional granularity to this where you can see at the product level, so each of the products within a package, what the status is of that product is, as well as what the results, adjudicated results were. So we can see here for each of these products, they have been completed with a product result of meets company standards. And one last thing I do want to show is this view detailed report. This is a single sign-on access into the HireRight enhanced report, so no additional login credentials are needed. So if you did need to look at the details of the report, you have that here in the report details tab. If you did need to make a change to the adjudication result, so let's say the adjudicated result came back as requires client review, and you reviewed what those details were, you can come down here and select from client review required to change it to meets company standards. And if you do that, it will populate back into the system here as to what the new adjudicated result were. So that's a very quick overview of the workflow for the HireRight background screening integration. And I hope, as you'll see, that there is a lot of detail provided within the application here. So if you have a candidate such as this one here that meets company standards, you can actually move them forward in the hiring process without ever having to leave the system here and go into HireRight.